Here guys, this is the part 2 of our Luna top pattern. So let's go straight by measuring the bust area and how are we going to make the sleeves. So the ideal measurement of the medium or the small to medium size is 15 to 16 inches. To make it easier for you, take the back part and measure 4.5 inches so you could get the ideal back area measurement. So by measuring the back part first, it will be easier for you to measure to get that ideal 15 to 16 inches for the measurements in the front area or for the bust area that I have just told you. And in this part we need to get the 2 inches for the armpit, so just like what I have written in my written pattern. This is quite tricky. How are we going to get the desired 2 inches or the desired measurement of the armpit is by like this. Get the 1 inch at the front area, and then at the back add another 1 inch so that it will make 2 inches, or it will be 2 inches in total. So it looks like this. Here you need to mark or use your markers if you have, or if you don't have, you can use another colored thread so that it will be easier for you to locate the start or the end point of your chains that you'll be using for your sleeve. So measure again, that's 1 inch at the front, and at the back that's another 1 inch. That's in total of 2 inches. So now we're ready for the 85 chains that we're going to use for the sleeve. So we are going to start it here and make a slip knot to start the chain. Just do the 85 chains. So that's for the small to medium size. Remember, that's for the small to medium size. guys, we finished the 85 chain. So place the end point of your chain at the back part where we marked a while ago. So this is how I place the end point of our or my 85 chains in the back part that we just marked a while ago. So do a slip knot or slip stitch rather. So you can cut now the marker or the thread, or get the marker for you not to be confused. So that's the 2 inches for the armpit. So this is now the first part of how are we going to do the body of our sleeve. Like how are we going to start with the double crochet, the slip stitch or the spacing, and the double crochet. So I have told you that we need to have the slip stitch twice. Okay, let's do like this. So after the slip stitch or the second slip stitch, you need to do the spacing, or this is what am I talking to you, doing the slip stitch so that it will shape it into an arch for the armpit, so it won't be tighter in your armpit area. This is the purpose of it. So since you're done with the spacing by using or making the slip stitch, you need to skip another loop. That is where you're going to do your or to make or to place your double crochet. And definitely this will be, or this is how it looks like. So just continue until you finish till the end point of the chains. And how are we going to attach it to the main or the foundation of our bust area? By using the slip stitch. So remember that I have told you use slip stitch before and after, and then skip another or one loop before you're going to insert your slip stitch, another slip stitch. That's the first slip stitch as you attach it to the main part of your arch area of the armpit. So like that. So you need to slip stitch here and slip stitch again. That's the second. Okay, so slip stitch again for the space. And now start with your double crochet in the first space. Okay, the square shape type where you have just made the spacing. So this is the first, or you need to count it as first square or space, whatever you need, whatever you are going to call it. Okay, as you insert the double crochet here. So face it to continue, and then you need to do the slip stitch again, and then double crochet, slip stitch again, and then do the double crochet. So just continue until at the end part of this row. So now, just like what we just did, we need to do the slip stitch to lock it together with the arch area of the armpit, and then just like this. Okay, do the slip stitch again twice. That's the first, and then this is the second, and then you need to lock it, so we just have to make the spacing and do the slip stitch again and double again in the first. Remember the first space. Okay, so by doing so, this is how are we going to get the perfect fit of the armpit area of our sleeve. Again, just continue with your spacing, the double crochet, and then the spacing in double crochet. So here we are going to repeat again the slip stitch by ending, okay, or closing our sleeve in the armpit area. So do the slip stitch again. So that's it. This is how it looks like. So I just made a sketch for you to analyze the shape of its sleeve. So basically this is how it looks like. So if we have made it into or made separately, so it should be like this, and we're going to attach. So that's it. So now we're going to start our fourth row. So to start off, we need to chain 3 times. So that's the illusion of making another square or space. So this is our beginning of the fourth row. continue until the last part of the fourth row, and then we are going to connect it together by connecting the two, the beginning in the last part. So we need to again do the slip stitch. So this is very simple, guys. So this is the last part, the double crochet and the slip stitch, and to lock or connect the two, again do the slip stitch. So that's it. We need to lock it with slip stitch, and then start with the fifth row. Start the fifth row with another 2 chains, and then place your double crochet in the first space. Okay, remember, this is very tricky, guys. First space, always remember, place it in the first place so that you are going to get the desired fit of your sleeve. So continue until the end of this row, and then connect the two, the first and the last stitch. So just like what we did a while ago. So here, as we are about to finish this row, again we need to connect the first and the last part of this row, so with the slip stitch again. And this is very tricky, guys. If you won't get it, it might get a little smaller or bigger. The measurement of your sleeve won't that be perfect. So here, this is the last double crochet. Okay, so again slip stitch in this part, and do not put, okay, do not put another double crochet here. Okay, skip it. Okay, it looks like this. Okay, so that's it. Just continue, and it's for you to decide if you're going to decrease or make it larger or a little smaller. So if smaller, you need to decrease it, because arms are not arms are different. They're not alike. So in order to get the perfect size, you need to measure first the arm of the one that who are going to use that one that you're making. So that's it, and then you need to finish it with your edging. Mine, I finished it with shell, and then place or make a tie to adjust. So here we're just going to because me, I decided to decrease it, so I'm decreasing it now. Okay, this is how I decrease it, like that. So if you're going to decrease, the first double crochet should be placed in the second, okay, in the second space. So this is the 16th row. So just continue decreasing it, okay. So that's it. You are just going to continue until you have the desired length of your sleeve, okay. And then you decide what edging that you're going to use. It could be shell, scallops. So we're done with our sleeve, and we are going to continue with part 3 for the finishing of our Luna top. That would be the edges. Okay, thank you.